Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and it is that time to talk about favorites, some plants that just stole my heart this month and I want to share them with you. I do have some plants, a plant adjacent item, and then two things that aren't plants at all, but I have to show you because they are so cute and they're one of my favorite things this month. So first off, I want to start with the plant that I used to hate. I used to hate this plant. I regretted buying it for the longest time. I just didn't understand it. I didn't like it at all. But it's stolen my heart. I love it so much. I check on it every day. And it is this. This is the Philodendron 69686. I know, kind of a mouthful with the name there. And you might remember this plant if you follow all my videos. This was featured in a video called Plants I Regret Buying, and I was sitting here all depressed holding this plant, but it used to have two long leaves, like one big one here, one big one here, with really big leaves on it. So the leaves look like this. This is the newest one that just came out. They've got these two little lobes here and then this long piece here. And the other two leaves it had, one of the lobes was broken off, so it only had two pieces, and I hated the way that they looked so much. I always wanted to cut them off, but I never did because it was like the biggest leaf on the plant and it was expensive. I don't want to cut the leaf if I don't have to, but I always hated them. Anyway, they're obviously not on the plant anymore. So my dog was playing with a toy, and I guess the toy ran under the plant stand that I have this on, and it fell. The whole plant stand fell, and this is the only plant I was worried about. And both of those leaves cracked. One of them, the stem cracked, and I was really disappointed at first, and I was like, now is my chance. And then the other one too broke, so I just cut them both off. And the plant looks 1,000 times better. It looks so beautiful. It does have 4 leaves. Look how cool that shape is. This one here, I was worried about this leaf for a while because this one bent when it fell. It's not perfectly straight anymore, but the leaf is fine. This is another really big leaf that it has here, and then this is the newest one, and it is putting out another leaf right here. It does take a long time to put out another leaf, and I think it's because it's in kind of a lower light area. This just kind of gets ambient light from the windows all day. It's kind of by a skylight. It gets okay light, but it's not gonna, be busting out leaves left and right because I don't have it in a high light area, and it's doing just fine where it is. I absolutely love this plant. I'm so glad I have it, so glad I brought it, and I'm so glad that those 2 leaves are gone now because this plant looks 1,000 times better. It's thriving more than ever, and I just love it. I just love it so much. That new leaf is just, beautiful. The next little plant that is my favorite, I just showed this in my plant haul video. This is the Variegated string of hearts. I cannot get enough of this little guy. I don't even know if you can see, if it's coming across on camera, how much pink are on these leaves, but I have this sitting right here at the edge of my desk on a little plate, and the way that the sun hits this plant, the pink just shines. It's so freaking beautiful. I never thought I would buy this because I always thought it didn't look that good in pictures. I have a regular string of hearts and I don't love it that much. The leaves are kind of thin and little, but this feels a lot more like the string of hearts version called Glory. It has the word glory in it. String of hearts. Is it Summer Glory? Why can't I remember it all of a sudden? String of hearts, Summer Glory, Silver Glory. I was pretty close with Summer Glory. Anyway, the Summer Glory variety has bigger leaves. They're super thick and really, really firm, and that's exactly what this looks and feels like. I can't believe how absolutely beautiful this little guy is. It's so cute. I cannot wait for this to just continue growing and thriving and just flourishing and living its beautiful little life. I'm so glad I bought this little guy. Yeah, just a darling. Absolutely love it so much. Okay, I have 2 more plants. I have 3 plants to show you, but 2 that are favorites. 1 I'm showing you for something else. This is a Monstera silta Picana, and I could not remember the name of this plant for anything the other day. For the whole day, I couldn't remember it. For so long I was thinking about it, could not think of the name. So what I ended up doing was Googling Monstera varieties and then just scrolling until I found this one. I could not remember the name for some reason, but it's called Silta Picana. It has the most beautiful dark green, delicate little leaves with this beautiful dark veining. I used to have this back here on this shelf, and it had two vines that hung on either side, and they kind of curled up like this. I liked them for a while, and then I hated them because they looked so ugly. One of them ended up just falling off, like it wasn't even in the soil. I looked at it one day and I was like, why are all of those leaves yellow? And I went to look at it and it literally wasn't even in the soil. I don't know how it made its way out. The other one I didn't like the look of, so I cut it off, and I have it living in some water right now and it looks great. But this plant, like, it just needed that facelift, you know? And I know as scary as it is to cut your plants, believe me, I do not like to cut my plants, but every now and then just cut it. Just cut that leaf off, cut that vine off that has no leaves on it, that's all vine. Your plant will just look so much better. It'll look revived. It'll look like a new plant. And you'll probably love it more than ever, because this plant was kind of just sitting there, not really, like, it wasn't really doing much for me, although I did think it was really pretty. Once I cut those vines off and I moved it out of this room, I think this plant was getting too much light, because the window that I have in here is a west-facing window and it gets blasted with afternoon light. The plants that are right under the windowsill and on the windowsill love it so much. I feel like a lot of these plants back here enjoy it too, but this one I think was just getting too much light because it was never really doing that good. The leaves were always kind of like eh. And once I moved it out of this room, I put it in the living room. It's still in the window, but now it gets, the window that it's in has a carport covering it, but it does get morning light, and it's just enough for this plant to just be like, I don't know, like it just looks great. I think it's really loving life back there. In that other room, and I love it now. I love this plant so much now, just the same as like the 69686. It just needed like to be cut a little bit. Like I cut those vines off and now it's like my favorite plant. Also, I need to take the sticker off. That's why I kept showing it to you like this. Anyway, love this little guy. I'm hoping these pieces kind of start trailing down, but I do have a stick in here holding a little bit of it up because I do like the way it looks like standing up and trailing. You know what I mean? Love this little guy. Okay, this next one is probably going to come as no surprise. I've showed this before as a favorite, but it has a new growth that is my favorite thing, and it's my cuddly cactus. So you might remember this plant had a little accident, which is why it has this big old scab here. I had this on the windowsill. It was super, super windy outside. I feel like my hair is like flat on my head. Okay, is that better? Anyway, it was really windy, the window was open, and this plant fell right off the windowsill and cracked, and this big chunk fell off right here. And I actually had saved it, and I tried to like keep it, and it died. I showed it in my plants, all the plants that died this month video. But anyway, look at this little thing that it's growing right off the tip here. It's growing this little nub, and it's like a little tiny cactus. I thought it was a flower at first because it was like really small, but now that it's growing, I'm pretty sure it's just another one of these cactus just kind of like growing there, because from here it's not going to grow anymore. I mean, I don't think so anyway. A couple of days ago, this plant was sitting on the windowsill minding its own business, and I was trying to open the window with one hand, and this plant was pushed up against the window, so as I was opening it, the window hit the plant and it fell off the windowsill again, and I yell out, my nub! I was so worried about the nub that it's growing because it's been taking forever to grow this little thing. I was so worried it had broken off. Thankfully, nothing happened to the plant, but I have to show you his little nub that he's growing because it's so funny and so cute. But I love this plant so, so, so much. You can see where the new growth is because when I bought it, it was up to here. And you can see now, like just the different colors, all of this growth that has happened since I've had it. I love this plant a lot. If you have one of these, give it a lot of light. Like I had this living in the windowsill with south-facing light, and it just thrives and thrives and thrives there. So I love this guy a lot, and he's growing a little nub that I love so much. Oh my gosh, this pot has a huge crack in it. I felt it pinch my finger when I put it down. I don't know if you could see it right here. I'm sure it's from his many falls he's had. Oh no. Okay. And then I have one plant adjacent item, and it's this cloche. Look how cute this is. It's a ghost. a ghost cloche. I got this at Target. It was $5. It was in their, like, you know when you first walk in and they have everything that's like between $1 and $5? They had this that was so cute. You know what? Let me show you the other things I bought because they're also so cute. These are also plant adjacent, but they have plants in them, so it counts, right? Anyway, I got the beautiful cloche, and I'm going to show you the plant I want to put in there. But I also bought these. And I thought they were real pressed flowers that were in here, but upon further inspection, it's just like screen printing. But these are like a little stained glass. Like, here's a little picture of what it can look like. Isn't that so freaking cool? I love it. I wasn't planning to put them in the windows, but I think I'm just gonna hang them on the wall, and maybe I'll put them in here somewhere. That one is so cute. This one doesn't have any plants in it, but it's a bat. I think that one's very cool. And then this one is a snake. This one is really cool, and it has these little flowers in it and little leaves and stuff. Again, I thought they were pressed in there, so I thought, what a cool thing. But I mean, they kind of do look like they're pressed. Like, the screen printing is done really, really well. You have to get up really close to realize that it's a screen print, but I think those are so cool. And then the last thing, this is not a plant related item at all, but look at these bugs. So I found these at Walgreens in their Halloween decorations, of course. On the description of these on the receipt, it said like taxidermy bug or something. Look how cool that is. I don't know if all of the nuance is gonna show up in the video, but you know how these beetles have that kind of green, purple, like shimmery iridescence on their wings and stuff? That is what this looks like. Like, they painted it so beautifully. They're really heavy and sturdy. Like, look at the other side. That is so cool. I love it. I got the bug, and I also got the tarantula. I think that is just super cool. I'm trying to show it to you like this. Look how cool that is. Again, it has like the really cool, like that shimmery purple look to it. I think these are freaking awesome. I got these at Walgreens. So if you think these are cool, head over to the Walgreens. But I wanted to show you the plant that I want to put in my ghost cloche. Let's cut off this little plastic real quick. And I hadn't told my boyfriend what plant I was thinking of putting in here, but he was like, you know what plant you should put in there? Your jewel orchid. And that's exactly the plant I was planning to put in here. So this is my little jewel orchid. He's doing well. It's getting very tall. It's putting out another leaf. This plant so far is doing well. I mean, there's a dead leaf there, but I feel like it could handle some nice humidity. It's doing well for me now without it though. I just make sure and keep it moist. I don't let it dry out completely. Okay, I love it. Let me show you. That is so cute. I mean, you can't really see the reflection, but here it is. Oh my goodness. Love it so much. Let me show you over here so you can see a little better. That is so darling. Okay, I gotta give that plant some water, and I think after it's watered, maybe that water will create some humidity in here, and it'll be like a little humidity dome. So darling, love it so much. Again, I got this little cloche at Target, and I think it's so cute. But that is it. Those are all of my plant favorites, planty adjacent things, and just a couple of random items that I wanted to show you I bought. But let me know what some of your favorite plants, plant-related items this month were. I would love to know. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss my next one. And I will see you later in another video.